so excited. Practices, you do what you can. Enjoy the movement and the time that you're carving out for yourselves, most importantly. So start in a child's pose and reach your arms back and grab the base of your arches. I'll demonstrate as much as I can so you have a guide to follow along, which is always good. So more of a restorative child's pose. Your knees go wide, your big toes come together. You slide forward, and then I like taking my hands into the arches of my feet and making that connection. Good. And knowing that you can always come back to this at any point during the practice. Some days you just don't feel it. You're just not feeling it. You just need to make it more restorative. So if that's the case for today, you make it more restorative. I give, as you know, tons of modifications. So just listen for them. And then if you feel like you've had super duper powers and had a lot of coffee this morning, then feel free to add in, and I'll tell you how to do that too. So a few more cycles of breath as you just arrived this morning. Maybe starting to tap into that ujjayi breath, inhaling through the nose, through the back of your throat, and exhaling through the nose, through the back of your throat. The goal is to really just have a nice even breath as you move through the practice. Never feel labored, but just feel like you're working hard enough so you can get what you need. Slide your arms forward if they're not already forward. Anchor the hands into the mat. So you anchor the hands into the mat. Activate your hands and create a lift of your forearms. Good. Rock up into tabletop position, curl the toes into the mat just like this. Inhale, sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. Good. Inhale, sinking the spine down and looking forward, just awaken. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. One more. Inhale, sinking the spine down and looking forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. Come to flat back tabletop position. Extend the right leg back. And then extend the left leg back. So now you're in a plank position. So just holding plank. You got it. Good. And if coming to this first plank feels like it's a little too aggressive this morning, simply just drop your knees to the floor and give yourself a little bit of a support or a little bit of a break, as we call it. But when you're in plank like this, see if you can really anchor the hands, activate the sides of your triceps, grip your navel to the back of your spine, and hug in so you're creating that center line action. Bring more weight onto your tippy toes. And lead a little with your chest, because that's going to create some more openness and get the round out of our spine. Stay here just another breath or two as you maintain some stability and activate the core. Arms stay straight, legs may need to bend a little, hips up and back to downward facing dog. So arms are always straight in dog. Legs can have as much bend to them as you need. The goal is to breathe your hips way up off your shoulders this morning and let your head just be nice and free to the ground. Maybe walk it out a little. Pump out the right leg, pump out the left leg, and just kind of walk in place. And as you walk in place, letting the center of your heel, that the leg goes straight, kind of melt down. And then once you feel like you can find a spot that you can hold, find a moment of stillness. Anchor the hands, spread the toes. Pick a dristi, known as your focal point. Breathe. Good. Roll back forward to plank position. Restack the body. Oh, my fire just started. It was weird. It wasn't lighting. Good. Drop your knees so they go behind you, such as I'm demonstrating here, and keep your toes curled into the mat. Bend your elbows in half to a supported push-up. If you're working with an injury and you're not bending your elbows at all, just hold supported plank, such as I'm demonstrating. You can also just take a micro bend. Find something that works. Re-straighten your arms to supported plank. Keep your neck nice and neutral. Try it again. Bend your elbows, make sure they're sliding right by your rib cage, not out to the sides. Re-straighten your arms to supported plank. One more, lower halfway, supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank. Lift the knees so you know you're back in that plank position. Yes. Hug your right knee in towards your navel, scoop out your belly. Your arms are straight up and down. Your gaze looks to the front skinny edge of the mat. Step your right foot all the way forward and through. If it wasn't so seamless, take a couple steps to get your foot up there and just pause. Be here on your fingertips. If reaching the floor is problematic, that's where blocks come into play. It's always a good idea to bring the floor up to you so you're not struggling, or drop the knee down because that's always an option too. Hug your outer right hip in. Feel like you're leading a little bit with your chest, with your neck nice and neutral, looking forward a little. Stay here a couple more breaths. Focus on activating your back left leg. Yes, squeeze all the muscles around the quadricep, the hamstring, the calf muscle. Spring your left foot forward to meet your right. Long spine, keep the feet a little separated here. Hands can also slide to your shins, weight stays forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer, drop your arms. Slide the arms straight up towards the sky. I like to look up a little without dropping the neck back. Dive over bent knees, let your head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare you. Take a generous step back with your right leg, take your time. Plant your palms, step your left foot back, plank. Drop your knees if you need support. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my knees today and keep the toes curled. Bend your elbows in half supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank. So you can just take the knees, take the support out if you want to work harder here. How elbows bend for supported push-up. I find these very challenging if you do them right. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank. One more, halfway to a supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank. Lift the knees so you're in plank position. Hug your left knee in and up, arms are straight up and down. Scoop out your belly and look forward slightly with your eyes. Step your left foot all the way forward and through. Be on your fingertips. Give your body the support that it needs, maybe the blocks, dropping the knee. Anything goes. Lead a little with your heart and your chest, and just be patient as we hold. Grip the left hip in. So it's amazing, sometimes you just get to your mat and just want to spring around, you want to dance around. But just being still for a little bit in these poses, that's where the transformation and the opening happens, which most of us need. Your mind's gonna wander a little, it's okay. Just come back to what you're doing in this moment. Look forward with your eyes, spring your right foot forward the best that you can. Long spine on the inhale, weight stays forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, take your time. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go. Arms slide straight up towards the sky. Look up a little. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Come to the fingertips. Set yourself up. Left foot takes a really nice big step back. Plant your palms. Right foot joins plank position. Good. Halfway to your push-up. Pause. You can drop your knees. Up dog or baby cobra. I will demonstrate what cobra looks like. It's a little baby back bend. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Arms stay nice and straight. Look where you want to go. You can just step to get there this morning. Or sometimes it's more like a crawl. Get to the top of the mat. Long spine, keep your weight forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Standing position, sweep your arms high. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. drop your arms. So from the top, these are called Sun A. Arms slide straight up towards the sky, go big. Dive over, bend knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, hands should touch the floor or something. Step, step to plank. Halfway to your push-up. Up dog or baby cobra. Up dog, you press your hands and the tops of the feet. Open up the heart and the chest. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full, complete breath out. Look where you want to go. Step or float your feet to the top. Long spine, keep your weight forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up, anchor. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Keep going, arms slide up. Dive again over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, set it up. Step, step to plank. You can always float to a push-up chaturanga. Upward facing or baby cobra, take your time. Transitions are really important. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full, complete breath out. One more, look where you want to go. Step or maybe float your feet to the top. Just get there safely and efficiently. Long spine, weight is forward. Fold into yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go. Arms slide straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare. You can step, step to plank. You can float to a push-up chaturanga too. Up dog is smooth. Press hands and feet actively into the ground, and then hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Roll forward the best that you can to plank. Hug your right knee towards your navel. Yeah. Draw the right knee in towards the navel. Yeah. Keep looking forward. Land your right foot forward and through into a low lunge. You were here just a moment ago. Come to your fingertips. Anchor the legs. Reach your arms forward if you can. Okay? So you're just kind of in this low hover hold. Yeah, low hover hold. Really grip your right hip in. Activate the muscles of your back left leg. It's almost like you're going to launch off. And then slowly start to rise to this crescent lunge. Yes. And then depending on your shoulder health, your arms be straight up towards the sky. Some of us need our arms open a little bit wider. So be open to kind of playing with the display of what your body might feel the best in. Back leg is super engaged. Unless you feel like you're dumping into your low spine, then you can bend your back knee a little bit. Heavy in your standing front thigh. Your arms are going to continue to move up, or your hands can come to your hips or hands to prayer. You pick an option. Up straight towards the sky is going to be the most challenging. You're going to press up to stand like this and draw the left leg up the best that you can into a tree. So you may need to kind of use your hands in order to guide the foot into tree pose. It looks like this. And then once you get your balance, hands can stay on hips, hands can come to prayer, or the branches of your tree kind of guide you up. And anytime we play with balance on our mats, we anticipate the possibility that we're going to fall. This is a good place to practice falling. Yes, so if you fall, you start again. Grip the outer hips in. You're going to feel wavy, maybe a little shaky. Or maybe you feel solid and strong. Just go with it. Look up a little with your eyes. Find your focal point and your breath, and just maintain here a few more. With the arms still moving up, if you can, draw the left knee in towards the navel, flex the foot. So it just simply looks like this, okay? Guide your left leg back into warrior one. So just gonna take a big step back and see if you can place your back foot so it's pretty much at a 70-degree angle. And then maybe you need to Walk your right foot a little over to the right, that's fine. I kind of tip forward a little because it gets me out of my low back. If you're straight up and down, that's fine. But a little forward sometimes feels nice. Anchor through the outer blade of your back foot. Spin your left ribs forward and look up with your eyes. Hands come down to frame your front foot through a vinyasa or right to a dog. So that's plank to push up dog or cobra. Hips up and back, downward facing. Roll forward to plank, hug your left knee in and up, scoop out the belly. Step your left foot forward and through, come to your fingertips, get the splay of your stance the best that you can. Bring your arms forward like you're reaching for something. You're super long and charged up in your back leg. Your outer hips grip in, the sides of your triceps fire up. Keep the breath moving and then start to lift the torso with control. Guide your hip points forward, look up a little with your eyes. Focus on that standing left foot. You're gonna press up to stand, dragging that right leg up into a tree, maybe using your right hand to encourage the right foot to come somewhere along the left leg. And then grow your branches. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving. And if you fall, start again. Grip your outer hips in. Wiggle the ribs up a little higher. Keep the arms moving up. Just swing your left knee forward so it looks like a 90-degree angle, a strong flex of the foot. And then guide your right leg back, nice big step, turn it on an angle, warrior one. You just do the best that you can, warrior one. Your back foot is almost completely turned forward. Your right rib spin forward, your left hip hugs in. Look up a little with your eyes. That's good. Hands come down through a vinyasa or simply go to a downward facing dog. Upward facing. Hips up and back, downward facing. This time just land your right foot forward into a low lunge. Yeah. Left hand's gonna tent. You can simply place a block here too. This is a great alternative. And peel your right arm open into an easy twist. Grip your right hip underneath you, stack up your shoulders and look sideways or maybe look up. You got it. Good, you're gonna look to the floor, guys. Place both hands down to frame your front foot. Turn your back foot on a strong angle. Pull up somewhere in the front of your right shin. You're sliding into a triangle, so it's open hips. Move really slow so you just feel your body working. Back leg is strong, turn a little on an angle. Front knee has a slight bend. That's just to protect the hamstring and the muscles and ligaments around the right knee. Stack yourself up. If grabbing on the right shin doesn't feel great in your body, you can lift up a little higher or simply use a block to the outside of your calf. I like the pulling up on the shin because I feel my body kind of activating. Look sideways or maybe look up, but keep your neck as long as you can. Another big breath in. Good. Look to the floor. Bring both hands down. The way you went in is the way you're going to get out. Left hand tense, right arm peels. This time you're going to take your left palm flat and you're going to roll into Vashisthasana side plank. I'm going to stack my feet or stagger them. You can also drop your bottom knee and create a supported side plank as I'm demonstrating here. Supported side plank is a great way to take this pose. Yeah. Great, guys. These all look really, really nice. I like staggering the feet too. I feel like I get a little bit more grounded. Top arm spreads wide towards the sky, and then your eyes look up. Stay for another breath. Look to the floor, plank position. Move through a vinyasa. Chaturanga push-ups are completely optional. upward facing, hips up and back, downward facing. Once you get to down dog, land your left foot forward. You're in a low lunge. Tense your right fingertips and peel open into an easy twist. Back leg is strong. Heavy in that standing front thigh. For some reason, this doesn't feel good for you. Your hand can always be on the flat part of your back. Right. So back out rather than going in so deep and being uncomfortable. The twist is happening from above the belly button through your little ribs. Your spine is long. Look to the floor, both hands frame out your front foot. Turn your back foot on a strong angle, then pull up into your triangle from the ground up. Pull up somewhere in the front of your shin. Look sideways, look up. Grip your outer hips in and breathe. Eyes meet the floor, both hands frame out, right heel peels. It's a pretty easy transition. You restack into your easy twist. With your left arm spreading, the right palm goes flat, and then you can seamlessly transition into your version of Vashisthasana side plank. I'm demonstrating it here with my left foot in front of my right. Both hips are stacked. Top arms extending up, my eyes move up. Of course, you can drop your knee and take a modified version. Lift up and breathe yourself open right here. One more big, fabulous breath. Eyes to the floor, plank position. Vinyasa is optional. Upward facing dog or cobra. Nice work, everyone. Hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full, complete exhale, breath out. Look where you want to go. Step or float your feet to the top. Long spine, weight stays forward. Fold into yourself. Sit into chair, weight moves into your heels. Yeah. Weight in your heels. Heavy in your legs. Press up to stand up. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. So just a few together, sun B. Arms slide straight up towards the sky. Sit deep into your chair pose. Yeah. Dive over bent legs, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare. Step or float through Vinyasa. I generally just step back, but it's up to you. Up dog is smooth. Press your hands on the tops of the feet. Hips up and back, downward facing. The right foot lands, the back foot turns. Anchor and rise, warrior one, first warrior. Hands come down, plank position. Add the push up if you have it in you. Up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, down dog. Left foot lands on your breath. Everyone's moving a little faster, a little slower. Rise and meet up on that warrior one. Good work. Hands come back down through your Vinyasa. Upward facing dog, point your toes. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Look to the top of the mat, step, or float your feet there this morning. Long spine, your weight is forward. Exhale, fold, let your head go. Sit deep into your chair, weight moves into your heels. Press to stand, drag your hands to prayer, drop your arms. Wasn't that fun? Haha, arms slide straight up towards the sky, sit deep into chair from the top. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to set it up, just look forward a little. Step, or float through your Vinyasa. You can just step back to a down dog too. It's okay to do that. Up dog is smooth, hips up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns, warrior one. So you're moving slow enough now that you can feel, but not so slow that you're going back to sleep. Chaturanga, take it to the floor. Up dog, we want to kind of waken ourselves. Downward facing dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns. Come on up on the left side, warrior one. There's always time to catch up. Hands come down through a vinyasa. Upward facing, point your toes. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. We're just going to do one more. Look to the top of the mat. Step or float your feet there this morning. Long spine, keep your weight forward. Exhale, fold. Sit deep into chair. Weight moves into your heels. Nice work. I take chair with my feet a little separated. For me personally, it just feels better. Shoot up to stand up. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. From the top one more time. Get into your yoga trance, guys. Arms slide up. Sit deep into your chair. Dive over your bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, prepare yourself. Step, step, or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth, hips up and back, we meet in a down dog. The right foot lands, the back foot turns, you're doing great. Warrior one, come on up. Back down we go on your own breath through a vinyasa or to a dog and hold. Then the left foot comes through, back foot turns, warrior one. Back down we go through your vinyasa. Meet me in a down dog and hold and breathe for just 2 breaths. Have a block at the top of your mat just in case. It's always good to practice that way anyways. Good. Step your right foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot on a strong angle and cartwheel open to a warrior two. Okay, come up warrior two. So warrior two is a very generous stance. Arms open nice and wide and always check in, even if you've been doing this for a gazillion years. Back foot turns, right knee tracks over right ankle, and your right thigh needs to roll open towards your baby toe. Then you spread your arms wide and you lengthen your tailbone down. Then if it's available to you, close your eyes and you let your body, but more importantly, your mind, settle into this posture, this asana. Just connect to the feeling and your breath moving through your body as you hold and maintain. And if your arms fatigue, breathe a little bit more into your upper torso or simply relax them for a breath and bring them back up. Soften the shoulders, relax the jaw, settle in right here. Stay with it. Sit a little deeper. Good, reach out with your right hand. You can simply rest your arm on the top of the thigh. This morning it's fine. Left arm stretches up or can come up and forward, you pick. Right hand can slide down to the outside of the right foot as well. I like a block and actually place it its highest direction these days, or the medium direction is a nice way. And then make a connection, left arm comes up and forward. Right knee kind of wraps to the inside of that right arm. Right hip grips underneath. Bottom ribs turn. Arm can be straight up too. Hand can also be on hip. If anything's funky going on, listen to what your body needs here. Look sideways, maybe look up. Stay here, breathe. Three more. Look to the floor. Circle both hands to frame your right foot. Your left heel's gonna peel up off the floor, okay? So you're in a low lunge. Grip the mat with your fingertips and spring your left foot in front of your right. So it's gonna look like this. Your left ankle crosses in front of your right. Your baby toes are together and your heels have some separation. Blocks are great if you're struggling to touch the floor. Slide something underneath your hands. Long spine on the inhale. Definitely bend your knees a little. Exhale, fold. Just fold down the center today. Yeah. Breathe your hips way up off your like off out of your lower back, and then fold your torso down. You should feel your outer hips getting a pretty tremendous stretch. Stay with it, guys. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Get your block, place it high, okay? Block right hand, block left hand to your left hip. Unravel into a half moon. Your right foot stays grounded. Your hip grips in. And then you unravel up into a half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Your right foot is forward. The block is somewhere underneath your right hand, enough forward that you can find some stability. Good. Left hand can also be on hip if your balance is a little shoddy. Soften behind your right knee. Grow the pose how you feel you need to today. Yeah. It's a fun transition. Stay with it. Hug your right hip in super strong. Look sideways, look up. 2 more. So the transition is its own kind of posture. Soften the right knee, look down. Giant step back, how we started, warrior 2. And if it was not pretty, give yourself the opportunity to reset the stance. Warrior 2. Flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Come back through warrior 2, and this time bring your right hand to the instep of your right foot. Plug your right hand down, extend your left arm up. Slide your left hand behind you or your hand to your hip for a half bind. Turn the torso open. Collarbone gets a nice opening here. Gaze looks over your left shoulder as you rinse. Outer right hip hugs in pretty dramatically, so your bottom ribs can continue to turn. Breathe into those hips. Stay here. If it's too much having the right hand down on the block, you can always have your arm on the top of the thigh, such as I'm showing here. This is the modified version. It's just as challenging. It just changes the position of the torso a little. 2 more. Unravel your left arm. Look to the floor. Take it through a vinyasa, or I'm simply just going to step back to a down dog and hold for a moment. Downward facing dog. Yeah, the clear out feels good for a lot of us, but sometimes you just need to be patient. In your down dog, step your left foot forward and through, turn your back foot strong, cartwheel open, warrior 2. We got to do the other side. I know it's unfortunate. So take a few moments to settle in. Yeah, wrap your inner thigh open. It really looks like winter outside. People are out there walking their dogs. They're like full dressed in their ski outfits, their hats. Yeah, lengthen the tailbone. Breathe across your chest, and then close your eyes and settle in here for a few breaths. We're not holding forever, just till it gets a little warmer outside. You can check back in a few weeks. Yeah, you'll still be holding warrior 2. Wrap the inner thigh open. Lengthen the tailbone. Slide in and out of that inhale breath and exhale breath. Little heavier in that standing front thigh. Reach out, slide your hand to the outside of your foot. Block is great. Set it up so it works. Top arm stretches up or up and forward. Arm can also rest on the top of the thigh. Grip the outer hip in strong. Turn the bottom ribs. You want to really pay attention to your bottom left shoulder and make sure that it's not wrapping in. Yeah. You got it, Jill. Sit a little deeper. Nice work. 2 more. If the right arm wrapped up and forward, just stretch it straight up, look to the floor, peel both hands down. You're in a low runner's lunge. Yeah. Come to the fingertips. Crisscross the right foot in front of the left at the top of the mat. So your baby toes touch, your heels have a little separation. Utilize the blocks if you feel like you're dangling like a noodle. Yes, bring the blocks underneath the hands, bend your knees, and then just fold. Today, I just want you to fold directly over your body. And that's going to give you an outer hip stretch that's pretty good. Let your head just be free. Pay attention. Are you sitting all the way back into your heels? Because if you are, shift a tiny bit more weight forward. That's going to help a lot. Good. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Get your block high underneath your left shoulder, left hand. Right hand comes to your hip. Unravel into your half moon. So the left foot is down and the right arm opens up towards the sky, the right leg. Half moon on the left leg. Ardha Chandrasana. Grip your outer hip in super strong. Spark up your right toes. Find your side body. Lengthen. Add in whatever you need in this posture to make this work for you. If you fall, you restart again. Left foot is forward. Slow, smooth transition. Warrior 2. Mine got a little scary. Warrior 2. Yeah. Warrior 2. Flip the palm to reverse your warrior. That's just your right hand sliding down the back of the right leg, your left arm reaching up and back. And then float your left hand to the instep of your left foot. B variation. Arm can also rest on the top of the thigh. And then here you add your half bind. Hand can just come to your hip, or you can wrap it around. Turn the torso of the chest. Yes. Look over the right shoulder and breathe yourself open right here. Heavier in that leg, that front leg. Grip the outer left hip in. You and your breath connect right here. 3 more. If you bound yourself up, unravel the right arm, look to the floor, take both hands down, move through a vinyasa, or simply go to a downward facing dog. The up dog would feel good here if you're taking it. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Look to the top of the mat, step or float your feet there. Long spine on the inhale breath, exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer, drop your arms. Have your blocks on the highest setting at the top of the mat, just in case you need them. Draw your right knee. I'll just turn so you can see what to do. Draw your right knee up, just like we did earlier today. Okay, just draw the right leg up. Take your hands and you're going to crisscross at your wrists, and you're going to reach down and grab your right foot. This may be as far as you go today. Just work on standing up really tall. For some reason, this really isn't in the cards. Of course, just grab the front of the right knee and stand like this, okay? This is a great alternative. So the idea is to crisscross. Crisscross at your right foot. So my right hand is grabbing the inner part and my left hand is grabbing the outside of my foot. If you have it in you, you'll start to extend your right leg forward and through. This isn't for everybody. So you might just kick it forward a little bit, or you might just stay with the knee drawing in, all right? Try and stand up as tall as you can. So shoulders draw down the back, belly draws in, leg is moving forward. Now, if the leg is moving forward and you feel confident that you can reach the right arm back, you're gonna start to take the twist. The twist can be done with the hand to the outside of that right thigh, reaching the right arm back, or your hand to the outside of the right foot and the leg moving forward. This is called dancing Shiva. Breathe your collarbone and your chest open. Don't feel like you need to go to the deepest place. you can just simply stand with the right leg bent and take the twist such as I'm demonstrating. So just breathe yourself open here with some version of balance. Great, and if you need to back out because you're falling over, you do that. Keep your torso very upright though. Good, your eyes start to move forward. The arms are gonna stretch up and the leg is gonna move forward. Everybody bend the leg in half. So this is how we started. Drop your arms down by your side body and then move your right leg back and through for a brief warrior three. Make sure you're not opening your hips at all. Everything is squared towards the floor. Right hand's gonna come down to the block. Set it up high. You're gonna get the most out of it underneath your right shoulder. Left hand's gonna come to the flat part of your back. Revolved Ardha Chandrasana. So your right hand is resting on a block directly underneath your right shoulder. The left leg is grounding you. The hip is gripping in and the right leg is stretching back as you look sideways or maybe look up. If you've been blessed with open shoulders, the left arm can of course spread up as you twist open. You got it. Awesome job, guys. Beautiful. Two more. You got this. I know it's tough. Eyes look to the floor. Both hands come down. Land your feet together at the top of the mat and sit into chair. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale the breath. Hook the elbow. Let's twist to the right. Twist to the right, guys. Chair with a twist. You got it. You can air twist if this doesn't feel good in your low back, which means that you don't have to hook your elbow to the outside of the thigh. You can just stay up a little bit more. Yeah. Steer the hips towards the back skinny edge of the mat. Stay heavy in your heels as you twist open. Look sideways, maybe look up. Heavy in your legs, chair pose. Look forward, chair pose. Press to stand, all the way up to a standing position. Drag your hands to prayer and just stand for a moment, just feel. Have your blocks at the top edge of the mat. The weight shifts into your right leg, the left leg draws up. Just do this much. Some days I come to my mat and I'm like, literally, this is all I can do for the balancing poses. Be okay with just taking less. Grab below the kneecap or crisscross. If you can remember, if you chose your favorite crisscross, try and do the opposite. Yeah. Hug the knee in. This may be where you stay and work on just being really, really grounded and upright. So just holding my knee towards my navel like this, contracting my right quadricep, drawing the shoulders down the back, and of course, drawing the navel in towards the back of the spine. Start to extend the leg forward if you have it in you, but make sure the whole body doesn't go forward. So it may just be a halfway battle, just staying a little bit with that leg a little bit bent. Once you kind of find the spot you can stay, the right hand either slides to the outside of that left thigh or the outside of that right foot, and you peel open into your full version of dancing Shiva. Breathing your left arm towards the back skinny edge of the mat as you twist open. Hand can be on the outside of the thigh too. There's always one side that's better as you breathe open here. Stand up a little taller. Start to shift the eyes forward. Leg stays up for a moment, arms go up. Work the core. Arms are moving straight up. Bend your left leg in half, just how we began. Drop the arms down by side body. Start to tip forward slow into a brief warrior three. This is just to align your body. Make sure nothing is squared, everything's squared off. Nothing is open. Right hand comes to the flat part of your back. Block underneath left shoulder. Good. Look sideways, look up, revolved Ardha Chandrasana. Grip your right hip in super strong. Flex your left leg strong towards the back edge of the mat. Look sideways or look up as you twist. Maybe open up your right arm towards the sky, depending on you. Nice job. You got it. You don't have to feel like your arm needs to go up. It can just be on the flat part of your back too. Breathe from your inner thigh open. Yeah, so the inner thigh of that back leg lifts up. Awesome job. Twist a little deeper. One more big breath. Stay with it. Good stuff. Eyes go to the floor. Both hands come down. Land your feet together, or they can have a little separation and sit into chair. There's always a lot of resistance here. Yes, drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. Hook the elbow, twist to the left. Yeah, don't feel like you need to go so deep in this pose. You can just kind of stay a little bit more air twisting. Weight in your heels as you twist here. Keep the breath flowing. Look sideways, look up, maybe open up your arms for the last little bit. Pull around to chair, chair pose. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Nice job. Long spine sets you up. Yes. So you're on a long spine here. Guide your left leg all the way back, just your left leg. Walk the right foot over to the right a little. Drop your back knee on an angle and sweep your arms up, supported lunge, such as I'm showing. So rather than feeling like your back knee is jamming into the mat, have it on a little bit of an angle. This is a psoas release. This is great. Drag the hands to a prayer and heart. Inhale the breath, hook the elbow, twist to the right. Once you get here, if you want to engage the back knee and lift it up, go ahead and do so. If not, just keep the knee down and be in more of a restorative version of this. I like giving myself the option. All right, that's great, Jill. So now what you can do in this pose, and we can just it's kind of the mindset of it all. So keep the left elbow hooked and then just peel your right arm back like you're reaching for something. Try not to look back though, because that rounds the spine. I'm looking right into the fire. And just breathe yourself open this way and feel just how little differences in the poses can shift how you feel. I like that because it opens up the collarbone. If you did that little funky version with your right arm reached back, bring the right hand back to a prayer. Look to the floor, both hands come down. If your back knee is not on the ground, drop it now. Straighten out your right leg and come into like what I call a runner stretch. So now you're straight up and down on your left leg. Flex your right toes. Yeah. And just breathe into the meaty part of your hamstring. Sometimes it feels like you're not going anywhere when you do the pose like this. But hug your outer hips in and just breathe. Good. Rebend the front thigh. Take the hand directly down to the ground. Integrate your left leg. Listen carefully. Hug your right knee in and extend the right leg. Your still right leg up and back. Look forward and guide your right leg forward into a half pigeon on this side. And let yourself just melt here for a minute. Half pigeon, right leg. Yes. Let that all go. All that jazz. Hands directly down, curl the left toes under, lift up dog. Move through a vinyasa if you feel like you need it. Push up dog, downward facing dog. And just for the sake of being super consistent, I want you to look to the top of the mat, get your feet there. Long spine, separate your feet hips width distance and just pause. Guide your right leg back, giant step. Drop the back knee on an angle, keep the toes curled if that feels good, and then pull yourself up, supported lunge. I'm a creature of habit. Drag the hands to prayer, inhale the breath, lean out, hook the elbow, twist. Be content being here. If you feel like you want to lift the knee, go for it, but fire up strong. Reach the left arm back. You want to add in a little something different. The knee can be down, the knee can be lifted, either which way. When you reach the left arm back, it's opening up that shoulder and collarbone. Try to not look all the way back, just look sideways. Grip the left hip underneath you and breathe yourself open here. If the arm reached back, bring it back to prayer. Good work. Gaze to the floor, both hands come down. If your knee is not down, drop it down. And then just slide your left leg back, crawl your hands back, stay up and down on your right knee and flex your left toe strong. Notice sometimes what happens here, you get super uncomfortable, hug the left hip in, draw the belly, and you want to feel this through the meaty part of your hamstring, not up towards your tush. Start to walk your hands forward, rebend the left leg, 90-degree angle, anchor the back leg, plant the palms, hug the left knee in towards the navel, and you're in this plank, and then extend your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Breathe the left leg up and back, look forward, and then glide your left knee forward and through half pigeon on the left side if you got lost in translation. Fold yourself down. Good job. Just make sure that your right thigh and the top of your right foot is facing down towards the mat. And that's going to give you an idea that you're at least aligned properly in this pose. Your left hip could be as high up as it needs to be for your body. Use the strength of your body, start to come up, lean onto the left side and swing your right leg around. Okay, so you're gonna bend your knees in half like this. If you have blocks, you're welcome to use them. Your hands can rest on the blocks out in front of you. I like taking Navasana boat like this. The palms are flat or the fingertips tented or the hands on blocks. Once you establish some root for your hands, the legs lift in an angle that works for you. So if you know you have shorter arms, the blocks underneath the hands are obviously going to give you the best grounding and the best support. If you don't have blocks, tent the fingertips, plant the hands. I want the hands touching the blocks, the floor, the entire time. Draw the navel in, lift through the collarbone and chest, and then start to lower into Ardha Navasana. Keep the hands touching something. Lower back spread. The legs can be lifted at any angle. Straight up is going to be the most supportive for your lower back. Hovering the mat is going to be the most intense. Scoop up the belly, neck is neutral, press into the block, Navasana boat. Here we go, guys. Ardha Navasana, do the best that you can, hover. Navasana boat, 2 more. Ardha Navasana, find a leg level that works. Navasana boat, pull it up, last one. Ardha Navasana, hold and hover for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, release. Hug the knees in. You're on your back, bend your knees in half, feet go flat. Have the block nearby, lift the tailbone. You can slide the block at this point or clasp the hands underneath you for bridge or supported bridge. Bridge or supported bridge. Yeah. You can also robot your arms and press the backs of the arms into the mat. Stay here, guys. Bridge or supported bridge. If you're going supported bridge and you're sliding a block underneath your low back, it's more on your sacrum, not digging into the lower back. The sacrum's the flat part of your back. Yes. If you'd like to go into a full wheel, I don't know how you feel. I personally don't do this in my practice because of my neck, but that's just me. Some people love a full wheel. They feel great in it. So if you want to take on a full wheel, flip your palms, bring your chin to your chest, take a giant breath in, and bring yourself up. If it's not for you, just stay right here and breathe 5 more breaths. Wherever you are in the practice, your thigh bones are moving forward, your feet are moving forward, and you're lifting from the tailbone to the backs of your knees. And it's not about how deep you're going. It's just about being here and breathing through it. Stay. Tuck the chin if you went up, or if you're already out, come on out nice and slow, guys. Remove yourself, remove the block from underneath you. Let your feet go to the width of the mat and let your knees just knock in. Good, and this is kind of nice, guys, with the feet like that. I hope I have the room with my brick wall. Yeah, just try to drop your knees to the right. Yeah, just drop your knees to the right. So the left leg goes a little like more at an angle down. And then come to center, keep the feet wide, and then just drop windshield washer the knees to the left. Just do that a couple times. Pull to center, move the hips a little out of the way, go to the right. And then one more time, pull up through center and go to the left. And then just come to neutral. And any last movements that you think you need here, slide yourself into Shavasana, complete rest. Some of us just come to get to this pose. So don't cheat yourself right here. Take the next minute or two and just really let everything go into the floor. Close your eyes. Take a big breath in. Take a full breath out. Arms reach up over the top of the head. Give yourself a solid stretch from fingertips to toes. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And rock up to center. Just come up and sit up nice and tall. Or just stay down if you're not into it. Sit up really tall. Maybe you need to put your bathrobe back on or your towels wrapped around you. Make yourself feel good here. Bring the hands to the prayer position at heart center. Just bow your head for a second and just feel the effects of this morning's practice on your body, your mind, mostly your spirit. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Awesome job, guys. We'll do this again on Friday. Look forward to seeing you again. I am in person tomorrow in Whippany. If that interests you, stay tuned.